Hey, everybody, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed, the AF edition, because this version of the show, of course, is strictly online, uncensored, unfiltered, truly unleashed. And I have with us Jagger from the band Vices Inc. Hello, Jagger.
Hello, how you guys doing?
Good, very well. So we're going to be talking about something. Now, I did talk it up, of course, on Saturday on the radio show Saturday morning, of course, which we do every Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon, VicesFest, which
Yes.
is a pretty big deal. And I did go through the lineup too on the air. A lot of these bands, I'll let you kind of talk about some of them, but a lot of these bands we've had on the show. Many of them we have not had on the show yet, but we've heard about them.
Sure.
Their names have come up on the show, so we know that that they're people that we should be looking at having on, and of course, and a few of them that I'm not familiar with. But now let me get that flyer up too. So when is Vices Fest? This is coming up this coming weekend, Labor Day weekend, correct?
Yes, it is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so people can recover on Monday because it's the holiday. You know,
That's true. That's true. That is well timed. And this year you're doing it at the Strand Theater in Dover, which is a beautiful venue.
definitely, it's gorgeous.
Why Dover? Because I think last year it was in Portland, correct? Or maybe I'm wrong about that.
No, you're right. It was in Portland at a place called the Cavern, which doesn't exist anymore. There's
Oh,
multiple reasons why we decided to relocate it into a different venue. One, we wanted something that was bigger. The Cavern, and it seemed like the areas that we could book at in the Portland area wasn't suffice, and the ones that were suffice were too big. So we
okay.
had to we needed something in the middle of that and coming around with that. Plus, we thought, the whole point of it is bands from the Northeast area. That's a main focus of it. I mean, we always listed like bands from the Northeast and beyond, which is a true statement, but it's really the heart of it is like New England bands for
Mhm.
the most part. And we felt like, okay, well, we have a lot of bands from New Hampshire, and we should, obviously give that a chance too, instead of just being a Portland thing, because we feel like Vices Inc. is a New England band. I'm from Boston. Eleanor, the lead singer, is from Massachusetts too. So we're not really just a main band. That's it. Just
Right.
obviously that's where we are stationed because that's where our practice space and everything else is. But we're New England for the most part. So it was mainly for those reasons. And I been to the Strand before, and I fell in love with it because it's a great venue for something like this, and
Yeah.
the comfort level. The other place we played at didn't have seats. This has seats and stuff, so it's more comfort level for the fan base too.
That makes sense. Yeah, you are, as you mentioned. You're a Portland band, Vices Inc.
Yeah,
And I know there's a great music scene there. When did let me ask this? When did Vices Fest start? Is this the second year or the
this is
third year
this is
or
the second year.
second year?
So what happened was the band's been around for few years, but it wasn't until 2023 we actually played shows because
Okay.
of COVID and stuff. So we're a COVID band, and all we did was record and record and record.
Yeah.
And then when we felt safe enough to go out and into the open, we started in 2023. I know that maybe a little late in the game, but we felt was the best bet, just be sure and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we went on. Obviously, we played in the New England area, but we actually went on a real tour as far as west as Indiana, and we went to Kentucky, Ohio, and all this stuff. And we met a lot of bands, and we became fans of the bands and friends of the bands. And we thought, what a good way to showcase some of the bands we met in a different area that they can't get to,
Mhm.
um, and put them all together in one show and see people what we saw and heard, and hopefully they become fans of them too.
Right.
So
Um, it's a huge undertaking. I don't have to tell you. I mean,
yeah,
I'm impressed. And I look at the lineup and it's like, oh my God. Like I'm curious, and I may have asked you this before when you were on the radio show, but like what are some of the surprises that you've encountered when putting together a 3-day festival? Again,
yeah,
and anyone outside the industry might not know this, but that's just putting together a 1-day festival is an enormous undertaking. I mean,
It's
what are some things, maybe some surprises or issues that you ran into planning this, either last year or this year?
Well, so last year was I can't it was a blur to me because we decided to do this kind of like a last minute, and it was done in 4 weeks, and I still can't believe I
Wow.
did it. I don't.
Yeah.
I still don't know how I did it. To be honest with you, people ask
Yeah.
me all the time, like, "How did you do that?" And I'm like, I really don't know. It was like it felt like that whole month was a blur to me, like 24/7 working on that. So,
Yeah.
um, I didn't. What I learned from that was maybe I need to start earlier than 4 weeks. That's the first thing I learned.
Yep.
Two, how much in depth you can get the community involved in it. Um, the first one, I didn't do that as well because A, didn't have time, and B,
Yeah.
maybe, I didn't understand the circumstances to make that work. But
Mhm.
reaching out to the community, having the community be part of this was a bigger deal to me,
Yeah.
and which worked out really well, especially when you're showcasing bands from this area or from the area that you are in, and they want to work with those bands or groups, whatever, too, or maybe get their fan base and be part of whatever they're doing. And I mean, I think obviously you get people involved in that whoever they're involved with will be part of it too, or whatever
Right.
who's whoever's working with us. And so I guess surprise wise, I mean, there was nothing like. I mean, I learn nothing all the time. I learned something yesterday, so it's like it's a constant battle of, oh, is this going to work or that's not going to work, kind of then. But
Yeah.
I'm just like, when we first originally did it was one day, which
Yeah.
was hard enough. But the 3 day undertaking, it was a different animal for sure.
Oh,
And
yeah.
how do you make it work? Like things work quicker, and like little things like learning like most of the shows be backlined instead of having individual equipment for each band because there's no space to put it. We're gonna put all that stuff,
Right. Right.
and the changeover would be insane. So the
Yeah.
headliners all have their own equipment, and then the rest of the groups are sharing the backline. It's stuff like that you learn, like little things that make it run smoothly.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I just remember back to, so it's been a long time since I've actually put on a show that I was promoting. I kind of moved out of that side of the business, but I used to do, even just doing a show with five bands on it,
Yeah.
back when I was promoting live shows, it was, it can be challenging and stressful. So I can't even imagine. I mean, obviously you're handling it well, and you don't seem like you're terribly stressed out. I don't know how you feel on the inside, but you're outwardly projecting what seems to be a certain calmness about it all. So
Sure.
that's good.
Well, I mean, this is the thing, like, me being stressed or showing that is not gonna help anybody else. So somebody
Right.
has to be
True.
stable in this. So, with that
True.
being said, um, uh, I'm excited about it because we're able to undertake a lot of things in such a short period of time, but we got a lot of good music, a lot of good
Mhm.
bands, all gonna be under that same roof, which to me is amazing. And
Absolutely.
and getting them to be part of that, and obviously, uh being excited about this festival was a big deal to me. But it's all
Yeah.
different styles of music, so it's like that's how a festival should be, anyways. It should be, you should have variety. But I've got I got a good amount of people working with us, working for me.
Yeah.
But I'll be straight with you. Like most of the work I did it, and I don't really know how I did it. I just do it. I don't really know. It's like you said you did booking and all this stuff, and sometimes it's just easier for you to do it than have someone else do it.
Yeah.
So and it's easier for you not to do it yourself than to have yourself teach somebody or explain it to somebody.
Right.
So I just do it, and if it's not, I mean, I've done booking for years, but I've never done anything like this before. But obviously, it was an easier segue because I've done booking with bands and dealing with bands, and when you're doing multiple bands, you got little problems like, oh, I need stage plots or something like that, and you're
Mhm.
waiting for them to do it because the sound guys want that stuff. So
Yep.
there's little things like that. You just got to keep harping on them till they push, give you the stuff you need and stuff, or
Right.
have them, advertise this and promote it because obviously social media is really important today. So you have to do that to get your fan base out there for so they know what's going on. So
Right.
that's probably more work in getting the bands to do their part than me doing my part. That's
Right.
really the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to talk about some of the bands that are going to be performing?
Well, like you said, quite a few of these bands and you have
Yes.
had on your show on the radio part of it, and you know how good they are. Like
Oh,
Cesspit,
yeah.
Under the Horizon is a new one for you guys.
Yep.
Um, I know you had Crying Caleb recently.
Yep.
Play Dad, who was there early this year for you.
Plague Dad. Love Plague Dad. Yeah. A
Yeah,
lot of fun.
he's a great talker. He's like me. We just talk a lot, you know.
Yeah.
So imagine us in the car together. When we go to shows together, we just talk. That's all we do. So, um,
We had Trawl. I see Trawl. We had them on the show a few months ago. Great band. I love those guys.
very popular in Maine. Very popular.
Yep.
They've done really
Yep.
well. Single to Noise. It's been popular for a long time now in an area. So, and
Yep.
there's a lot of acts that are up and coming, I guess you could say, or stuff that you haven't had exposure to, like Night
Yeah.
Fury, which are uh, really good. I mean, I would think you're gonna love that band. So I'll send you some stuff from them so
Oh,
you can hear how they sound and stuff.
please. Yeah.
And if you can,
I noticed too, Scarecrow Hill. They've been around a long time and they're
well,
fantastic. But we had them on the show not that long ago, and Jenny and I saw them at Jewel in Manchester. They were on a bill with Under the Horizon and Devil Inside Us, and just fantastic,
oh yeah,
fantastic.
and it's just like the fact that you mentioned on the horizon, which is another thing that they're gonna play that festival with Cesspit, and those bands all play together in different ways in different places. You know what I mean? And obviously the variety of music from themselves, it's like it's amazing. Like they're top notch talents, and
Yeah,
we got it. So I'm like really excited about that. But
yeah,
there's bands like I think you should listen to, and maybe there's like the band I mentioned before, Night Fury. They're from Philadelphia, so obviously they probably won't be in studio, but at least you guys can communicate via
oh
the
yeah.
telephone, or whatever. But I will definitely give you a handful of these bands that I think you should have some contact with.
Oh, please. Yeah, we're always looking for suggestions. House Lights, I noticed another name on there. We've had them on the show. That was a couple of years ago, though.
Yeah.
We haven't talked to them in a while, but definitely want to get them back on. But they're amazing. I know it was a couple of years ago because I remember it was in the old. It was before WMNH moved to where we are now when we
Yeah.
were in the old place on Elm Street. And yeah, another great band. There's a lot. I mean, this lineup is very impressive.
Yeah, and I that's the thing. A lot of these bands, obviously some are more popular than others, but just all having together with the mutual aspect of just performing music for whoever and all on the same page with it. It's great. Everybody has been great about that.
Yeah.
They want to perform, but they also want to see each other perform. It's like a really friendly environment, which is great. It's
Yeah.
all ages show, so anybody can show up for it. That's what's good about it too.
Yeah. And what's the best way for people to get tickets? How should they get tickets?
That's a good question. Many ways to get tickets. So
Okay.
the easiest way is probably go VicesFest.com. That's a direct way to get it. You also can get it off of the Strand Theater's website,
Okay.
and you also can get it directly at the Eventbrite.com, which is VicesFest2025.eventbrite.com. So, but the easiest way to get it, just go to VicesFest.com website. It is a link for it. Click, you're there.
Okay.
But there's also like online, there's QR codes and stuff. If that's what you want to utilize instead, that's there too.
Okay. Okay. Very good.
But
And
oh, I'm
oh,
sorry.
no, go ahead because I want to make sure we don't miss anything
Um,
that you want to talk about with this. This is a big
people,
deal.
yeah, yeah, sure. But people can also wait to the day of the show and get tickets that way too. And we're not one of those plans where you need to pay something in advance for cheaper tickets. It's the same price. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
doing that. So you go there and you can pay cash, Venmo, any way PayPal. It doesn't matter. They take everything there at the door.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we made it really convenient for everybody.
Outstanding. No, very good. Very good. I did want to ask you about Vices Inc. What has Vices Inc. been up to?
Cool.
And by the way, it's understandable if you say not too much, only because you've obviously been very occupied with Vices Fest. So if you don't have a lot to tell us, I completely understand. But I am a fan, so I
I
need to ask.
I hear that. Well, I mean, the crazy thing about Vices Inc. is, you know, when we told you before we're a COVID band, that's all we do is record. So even
Yeah,
though we're busy and schedule wise with other stuff in our lives now, we still keep a crazy recording schedule because that's what we're used to.
good,
So,
good.
um, we are working on honestly 3 albums at once right now. Okay,
Really?
3 albums at once, and the first one comes out at end of this year. It's gonna be called Into the Stranger Things, which is an album based off the songs that are in that show Stranger Things. So it's a cover album for the
Oh,
most part.
cool.
So it'll be 2 originals, and in the middle of it, it'll be all songs that were on that TV show.
Oh, that's a cool concept.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we thought it'd be something different. And
yeah.
since the show's ending this year, we thought we'd tie into it.
Okay, that
And
makes
then
sense.
and then earlier next year, we're releasing an album called Hello Goodbye, which is a more like singer-songwriter acoustic album. It's really different for us, and we're looking for that because it's be something of a change for us. And so it's a little melancholy. All right, if people like that, it's great. And then end of this year, that next year, we release Suburban Decay, which is really the follow up to our last album, Ackline Kiss, which is the more alternative, hard, whatever style of music you want to call that.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what's going on, and plenty of shows. You know,
Wow. Do you have any kind of ETAs on any of this, or I mean, it's a lot. I mean,
yeah. Well, the Stranger Things album comes out in December for sure. It's already
okay.
they're 90%. We were 90% done with it. I did all my
Oh,
work already, and Christy, the drummer, is she's got a couple of songs left, and Eleanor is doing the vocals. She actually did 3 songs over the weekend. I think she has like five songs left, and she's done 2. So we're almost done with that one.
wow.
And
Okay.
the same with the whole goodbye. I'm done with it, and Chrissy's done with it, and then we waiting for Eleanor to finish her stuff, and she'll probably be done with it by I would say March, and we're probably coming out with it maybe 2 months after that. And then
Okay.
December 2026 is Silver and Decay, which is like our main album that we're really excited about. It's a
Yeah.
little bit harder than it's the hardest thing we ever done before. It's edgier for sure.
Oh, cool. Okay. And where do you record? I mean, do you have a studio that you work with, or do you do it all yourselves? Or I know
Yeah,
you guys are very DIY with everything that you do, which is
sure,
cool.
sure are. I bought a house after I graduated college with my wife, and I went to school in Boston. She went to school in Maine, and she's from New Hampshire, but she said I fell in love with Maine. I was like,
Yeah.
great. So we bought a house that used to be an apartment building, and it's not an apartment building anymore. It's just our house, and
Yeah.
she was really nice, which is great because she's always supported me. She let me have the first floor apartments as my studio, and
Nice.
we built a studio. It's just really nice for. It's just great, So
Yeah, sounds it. Yeah, that's awesome.
it
Oh,
does
very
help.
cool.
It does help out because I mean, obviously, we weren't able to afford going to the studio all the time. All
Yeah.
those tours to do. We got over 300 songs online. It's crazy. 300 songs. It's
You
nuts.
do you 300 really?
Yeah, yeah, we do.
Of
But
Vices Inc?
yeah, yeah.
Jesus, I didn't realize you had that
I
many.
know. We're nuts. In
Wow.
the calendar year of 2023, we released 2 singles a month, which were A and B sides. So we have 4 new songs every month for 2023. We're
Oh
nuts.
my god.
And that had nothing to do with our albums. We will release albums too. We
Yeah,
just
yeah.
obsessed with recording. It's just
Ye
because we have the availability to do it anytime we want to, and it's free.
yeah. No, that's fantastic. I remember, the last time that you were on the radio show with us, we talked about that a bit, but, about where you record and so forth, but I didn't realize the level of output. I honestly had no I'm shocked. That's amazing. Ah, good for you. That's great.
It is great, but at the same time, it's like it's crazy to think about it. Found out that we have that. What do you choose to play live? It's like it's hard. So
Yeah.
for Vices Fest, I'll tell you a little thing that no one knows yet. We're debuting 2 songs that we never played before that are from albums, like our first 2 albums that we never played before. And it's
Okay.
like, we're gonna go back in time and do some of that stuff because otherwise we're just gonna move on from it forever and never try it. So We
Right.
did it, and they sound great. So it's like, now what? Why did we not play these songs live? So, but yeah, that's what we got.
No,
I'm pretty excited about that.
very cool. And then what night do you go on? What night does Vices Inc. go on?
Okay, so there's a selective amount of bands that are playing all 3 nights actually, and obviously
Oh, interesting.
Vice is one of them. So
Okay.
we headlined Friday, and we're kind of like in the middle of a pack on Saturday, and then we're kind of early on Sunday to give more other bands more exposure because we don't need that. You know what I mean? We had our time to shine on Friday, and
Sure.
we have a really good spot on Saturday. So we're playing an afternoon on Sunday, and I really don't care about that. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to have other bands play. I'm a fan of these bands, so I just want to see them play anyway. So actually,
Yeah.
me playing is almost an inconvenience, So, but yeah, all 3 nights. Night Furies playing all 3 nights. Play Dad's playing all 3 nights. So there's a good handful of bands that are playing all 3 nights, and then the other bands are
Wow.
playing one night. So it's it's 36 acts, but it's like 45 slots, if that makes any sense. Of
Yeah. Good Lord. How do you, I mean, I'm just amazed. I mean, it's impressive to me that you're able to pull that off and just the logistics of all of that of slotting everybody in and I mean, that's amazing. Good for
I,
you, man. This is incredible.
I learned a lot when we toured because what I did was I played. Obviously, been playing shows for many years, and I learned a lot of lessons. And one of the lessons I was like, when we go on tour, I said we'll be the band that shares our equipment and make it easier for everybody. I
Yeah.
was when I was younger, it was like every band brought their own equipment and stuff, and I go, oh my god, it was chaotic and it's just a clusterfuck. So we didn't
Yeah.
want that.
Yeah.
So we I decided like after that tour, we'll be the band that backs the stuff up. We don't care. We share our back line. It made everything so smoothly. And that was a precursor to what this is,
Mhm.
where we set guidelines about what's being used. And mostly the problem you're gonna have is equipment situation. And once you set those guidelines and people bands follow suit with that, you really don't have much as many issues as you would have. As
Yeah.
for rowdy fan base, fans and stuff like that. I'm not worried about that. I never encountered that. Never encountered that with the brands we worked with.
No,
So
it's good.
when my younger days maybe, but not since never anything with Vices Inc. So we got security there anyways, and I'm not
Yeah.
really worried about that. But I think for the most part, it's just everybody being on the same page, or at least
Yeah.
being close to that same page, and then you're pretty good. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, there's always gonna be something that comes up, right? So
Oh
some
yeah.
some kind of thing, and you just got to deal with it, right? And then you move on from it. But for the most part, you've got a group of people who, again, want the same thing. They want have a great show. That's all they want. Have fun.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's so important. Everybody's got to work as a team because it's all on one stage too, right?
Yes, it is. It's a
Yeah. Yeah.
pretty good sized stage. So yeah, but that's a funny thing you say that because when we were originally going to do the next one, which was going to be at this place, and I told you before, the Cavern in Portland, which is not around anymore. They had two
Yeah.
floors, and originally we are going to have all the singer songwriters, acoustic acts on the first floor, and then
Yep.
all the harder acts on the bottom floor. Now I'm glad we didn't do that because that would have been too much for me to handle.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
because when I did the first one, I was nonstop the whole night. I was there for 14 hours, maybe more than that, up
Yeah.
and down the stairs, doing all that stuff. And I was like, I don't want to do that. No, you know.
Don't blame you.
Yeah, I don't care how good shape you're in, but after a while, you're like, no, I can't do
Yeah.
this anymore. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't blame you at all. Is there anything about the festival that you want people to know that we didn't talk about? And by the way, thank you for inviting Jenny and us. We wish we could be there. It's just so like our weekends are so busy now between the radio shows and everything else we've got going on. But
I'm
oh,
still
that
pulling.
reminds. I'm
I'm,
sorry. What?
I'm still pulling for you guys in 2026. I'm still
We,
pulling for
we,
that.
we'd love to, yeah. Maybe with enough planning we can figure it out. But that does bring to mind another question, though. Will there be video of this or any kind of streaming happening during the show?
A little bit. We were gonna go all in on a film for this,
Yeah,
but we decided because I've got uh, actually I'm able to talk about it. I got a tentative deal with Netflix actually and Prime to release a movie of this,
nice.
but the requirements from Netflix are pretty high standards. So
Yeah,
we're able to ascertain that, but not at this time.
yeah,
So if we had worked on that 6 months ago instead of a few months ago, we would have able to do it. So we
Yeah.
decided we're going to do it in 2026 because we have the whole year to plan on it and stuff.
Right.
And we'll use basic footage from last year's and basic footage from this year's and incorporate it in the main footage from next year.
Okay.
Because we can use a little bit of footage that's not in their requirements, as long as it's a very short amount of it.
That
Um,
makes sense.
but all this is going to be recorded, all 3 days, and we're going to pick a few songs from each band and release a live album. That's what we are going to do, though.
Oh, very cool. That's a great idea.
And I'll send that to you if you want to utilize. You have it.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Fantastic. Well, let's just for anyone who's joining us late live, and of course most people will hear this in the podcast, and the podcast version will be available within yeah, probably by 6 p.m. At the latest. So we'll get that up and out quickly because obviously this is a time sensitive matter because this event is this
Yeah,
coming weekend.
just a couple
So
more
we want to
days.
make sure people know about it. But let's remind people, of course, Vices Fest 2025. And so it starts Friday night, or actually, no, I'm sorry, it starts Friday afternoon.
Yeah, it does. Each day the doors open at 11 a.m. and the
Okay.
shows start around noontime. Various times, but it's mostly about around noontime.
Okay.
Just and most of the first acts are more like singer songwriter stuff, and then after 3 p.m. it becomes full bands.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. Very cool. And where should people go to get tickets?
That would be www.vicesfest.com, and
Very good.
that's the main place you can go.
Yeah.
And if you want to go to the Strand, which is the strandtheater.com, it's also there.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Well, like I said, I commend you. This is a huge undertaking. I think it's awesome what you're doing. I think I predict great things. I think it's going to go very well. And again, too. Oh, and one more time, too, for the band, where should people go to learn more about Vices Inc?
Oh, geez, that's easy. www.vicesinc.com, and please go because we got some good stuff coming out pretty soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
You heard all the inside information you got today. No
Okay.
one knew about you. You got it all. Right?
Nice. I love to get an exclusive. Hell, I didn't even know you had 300 songs already. My God. I gotta go back and listen to some stuff. I did not realize it was that many,
Right.
but that's fantastic. Good for you, Jagger. Thank you so much, my friend, and good luck this weekend. Not that you need luck. You've got this well in hand, but good luck anyway. I know it's going to go great, and thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been exciting. I enjoy your company all the time. You know that you're awesome, and we love being
Oh,
on your
thank you.
show. Even podcast, radio, we love being on part of this, and we are looking forward to working more with you again. Soon, and maybe we'll be in there on the radio again before too long to debut that new album coming out. If you're cool with that.
Perfect. I would love it. I would love it. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Jagger. Thank you, and thank you, everybody.
Okay, see ya.